there are three main ways that companies will typically get infected with a ransomware operation. Number one, credential misuse. Somebody's password that allows the bad guys to get in. Number two, phishing, with phishing emails. And the phishing emails, their goal is either to get somebody to click on a file, open a file, or to give up their credentials. And the third way, maybe the most sophisticated way, is through direct exploits, they take advantage of a vulnerability in a product or a technology or a system that exists in the target environment. Right now, a very popular sector for these types of ransomware attacks is the remote management software sector. So a lot of those types of tools where you have remote management tools, remote desktop connections, but there's a whole bunch of other brands. I don't want to name and shame them, but there's specific ransomware gangs that specialize in hacking organizations using that tactic. So they're really extremely innovative. They come up with new tactics. And even when a law enforcement operation is successful in taking down or even arresting some individuals, we've seen some arrests, not a lot, just a couple of arrests. And even then, the bad guys will rebrand. So it's literally a renaissance, and they'll come back up with a different brand for their ransomware campaign. And here's the kicker. One of the reasons that it's so popular is because a lot of the lower level criminals don't really have to have a lot of technical skill. The ransomware is available in a ransomware as a service model. So I imagine you all are familiar with the software as a service model. Ransomware as a service alongside phishing as a service are two fast-growing categories of cybercrime. And basically, these criminals have figured out not everybody has to be a hacker genius. All they have to do is be able to use the UI and the systems, the user interface of a cloud system. And the core group of developers takes care of the technology side, the vulnerability, the exploits, all of that. And the lower level criminals deliver the ransomware, and then they pay back commission between 10 and 20% of whatever ransom payments they got. And just simply by tracking the cryptocurrency payments in this world of criminal operations and ransomware operations, we can see they have made hundreds of millions of dollars in payments. No joke, I'm not exaggerating. So these campaigns are extremely lucrative. There's no reason to think that they will stop launching them. And if the organization has not yet had to deal with a ransomware campaign, I think it's sometimes a question of when, not if. And that's something maybe a little depressing, but I did want to highlight for everybody to be aware, best to be prepared, and let's not make their lives easy. So don't give them those easy to guess, easy to crack passwords. Take away an entire third of their attack vector, and you've already made their life harder. Let's make them work